Imagine your relatives at home doing all they can to protect themselves from the virus, and you give in to peer pressure and attend that party you know you shouldn't have. A few days later, somebody from your household gets sick. The hospitals are full, their condition worsens. There's nothing you can do, and eventually, they die. I have to be real with you. All that could have been prevented if you had stayed home. Not a good feeling, don't? Food for thought, do the right thing. Sanitize, wear your mask, social distance, get vaccinated, and please stop attending these illegal functions. Welcome to Jamaica Magazine. I am Theodore Henry. Stay tuned as we turn the pages of your favorite magazine program.
It's absolutely critical that we receive the vaccines. You will see hospitalizations and indeed deaths likely come down. And so there is a lot of value to be gained by getting as many vulnerables on board as possible. So tell your mothers, tell your aunts, listen out for yourselves if you're over 60, and take the vax, because the vax is what will help you to guard against the COVID virus and indeed help your relatives, your friends, those who you come in contact with for the same benefit.
Today's a day of reflection. That's right, I've labeled it. The fact is, you're probably home at this time because of the curfew. Use the time wisely to chart the future. You have 9 more months to go. Find out what you are meant to be by applying these tips. Get the facts.
Welcome to Get the Facts, the program that provides you with information on government's policies and initiatives. I'm Carrie-Ann Smith-McIntosh, sitting in for Entros Campbell. Today we're switching things up a little bit because we want to help you with a critical aspect of your life. And this, I guarantee, will set the pace for years to come. We're talking about finding your passion. Joining us is someone who is no stranger to the Get the Facts set, Dr. Sasha Shimhue, who is a manager in the Workforce Development and Employment Division at Heart National Service Training Agency Trust. Dr. Shimhue, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so we want to get straight into the meat of the matter. What is passion?
To answer that question, I'll pose another question. What are you passionate about? Truly, passion is what drives you. It's the verb. It is something that you think about late in the night. It wakes you up. You can't shake it any at all. You believe that your life will be complete once you are able to achieve or do these things. That's what passion really is. That thing in the bottom of your belly, that you feel having done that, life would be perfect.
Wow. And does everyone have passion?
Yes, but not everybody is in tune with their passion, and that's what makes the difference.
Okay, so how do you discover your passion? And I would like a step-by-step process because, I need to connect with it. How do you discover it?
So passion first is based on that thing that you think about. So if it is that there's something that you believe that once you have achieved it, life would be complete, that is first what your passion is, and it's tied to your purpose. Having identified what your passion is, it requires more research. It's not just, okay, I love to speak, I'm going to be a great public speaker, so I'm going to quit my 9 to 5. It's really about researching what it will take to make sure that my passion is aligned with my purpose and is aligned with my pocket. So I also find out from other persons, how can this passion that I have lying deep within can be materialized? What funds do I need, if any at all? Do I need to go back to school? Do I need to speak with someone who is living their same passion, one that is similar to mine, out loud? So research is key. And in my case, I tie everything to that of spirituality. So I pray about it.
Okay.
And so that makes a difference for me.
Okay, so can we just call it the 3 Ps? You said,
Sure.
What? Passion, purpose, and pocket.
Yes. Okay. And I want to add a 4th one, and prayer.
And prayer.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm hearing that perhaps your passion can be turned into a money-making venture. I mean, is that what you're saying? And how do you do that, apart from just researching?
So definitely. It's all ties to money. That's what we're all about at the end of the day. But I want to tell you that I've heard somebody say that I rather fail at something that I'm passionate about than be successful at somebody else's dream. So what it requires, once again, we mentioned research, yes. It also requires thinking about whether or not this is something I want to pursue. Now, entrepreneurship is technical in and of itself, but there are many persons. Let us think about someone local, Bridget, in Bridget Sandals. She had a dream. She wanted to make internationally acclaimed slippers, but it comes with a cost. So you have to first find out who else is doing what I am doing. And even if someone else is doing it, it doesn't mean I'm going to fail. There are many patty companies, isn't that so?
Yes.
And in their own right, they all have the clientele and they're all doing well. Back at slippers, there are many slippers makers out there and entrepreneurs. But really what allows you to do well is what drives you inside. Is this something I want to pursue? Many persons fail because they lack that motivation. They lack that purpose inside them that says, come what may, I'm going to stick with it. So the Bible tells us to write our dreams down and make it plain. We have to make a note as to what it will take to fulfill this purpose. Will I need to go back to school? Do I need to share my dreams with somebody else who is in the business? Will I need to get a loan? Am I able to stand on my own? Will I need to partner? For some persons, being passionate means that they are a good speaker. It means that they're a good inspirational coach. It means they're a good patty maker. Everything started from where? A dream, which propelled from your purpose, which started with a burning passion.
Right.
Yes.
So additionally, I'm thinking also competence, right? So it's knowledge, skills, and attitude.
Most definitely.
Okay, so there's something that I've always heard. If you love what you do, you never work a day in your life. Is this true? And I wonder about that, especially now that you're talking about passion.
I've heard it being said many times, and I share the sentiment because though I'm in training, I believe my passion is inspiring people. And I'll go and make presentations all over the place. Some paid, some not paid. But I don't get a greater satisfaction from being paid. In fact, the satisfaction that I get is seeing the lives of persons change. Many by saying what you have said has made a difference. Years down the road, I see someone who said, what you said to me allowed me to do some introspection and I'm a better person. So really, at the end of the day, your passion has to be something that you believe in the long haul you will continue doing. It's not just for the here and now. It is for eternity. As long as your life is here, you will continue doing it. Awake, sleeping, you think about it. It drives you. It motivates you. You can't stop unless you are doing it.
Okay.
That's true.
Okay, so we'll take a break right here and then we'll return to talk more about finding your passion.
We have to institute even stronger measures. It is clear that the level of compliance is not going to be achieved by virtue of moral suasion or appealing to the public.
As a result, Jamaicans must brace for tighter COVID-19 measures, including 3 weekends of lockdown to include the Easter holiday. On March 26, April 1 and April 9, all workplaces and businesses except for those in the essential services will close at noon. Weekend lockdown starts at midday on Saturday, March 27 and will continue all day on March 28, lifting at 5 a.m. on Monday, March 29. The nightly curfew reverts to 8 p.m. on March 29 until Holy Thursday on April 1. Lockdown will be in place for Good Friday on April 2, lifting at 5 a.m. the following day. On April 3, curfew starts at noon and continues all day Easter Sunday and Monday, ending at 5 a.m. on Tuesday, April 6. The nightly curfew will revert to the 8 p.m. to 5 a.m. hours on April 6 to April 10. On Saturday, April 10, the weekend lockdown starts at midday, continues all day Sunday, lifting at 5 a.m. on April 12.
Those measures, we believe, will significantly reduce the infection rate, will reduce our what they call the R0, the reproductive rate, and bring our hospitalizations down and relieve the stress on our health system.
For health's sake, abide by the COVID-19 protocols.
Welcome back to Get the Facts. We continue our discussion with the Dr. Sasha Shimhugh, Manager in the Workforce Development and Employment Division at Heart National Service Training Agency Trust. Okay, so we've been talking about finding your passion.
Yes.
But a question for you. Can you fail at your passion?
Like everything in life, there's a failure rate. Most definitely.
Okay.
But if it's something that you want to pursue, something that you are passionate about, you're not going to stop. Life happens. Just in everything else, you keep pressing on and you perfect your art. It's by failing that you really know what not to do and what to do. So definitely.
But some persons would say, okay, so if I failed, perhaps it was not my passion.
But I would say this. If you are having an issue with your child that you love dearly, and your child does not live up to your ideals, are you going to stop parenting? No. You've now learned something that the child should not do or you should not do in being a proper parent. Just like with parenting, there's no real quote-unquote book or guide to pursuing your passion. Yes, people will tell you what it is that they believe, but really your gut guides you. It helps you to know the path that you must not take and you must take. And of course, research is key. But ultimately, just like with the light bulb, we've heard the story many times, 1,000 or so tries and then he got it right. He was passionate about creating something that no one else had created. And that's what passion does. It propels you into your purpose.
Right. Okay. All right. So all positives, and I'm sure the audience will embrace that. But what about the challenges that you will face as it relates to translating your passion into becoming a job, etc.?
So there are some basic things. One, self-doubt.
Yeah.
We are our worst enemies. We are our worst critiques. We find every reason why it will not work. And it starts in the mind first because we tell ourselves we can't, even when we can. So many times our mind prevents us from moving forward. But if you overcome the doubt of the mind, you will also have to contend with your circle. Many times who you associate with can make or break you pursuing your passion. They may say, boy, that will not work. Or there are many other persons who have gone down this path and it has failed. What makes you so different? So really, who you associate with makes or breaks your desire to continue. And then your desire to really stick with it to the end. Halfway through it, you mentioned earlier, failing. You may have failed and then decide, I'm going to throw in the towel. I can't bother with this. Let me go back to the mundane. Let me go back to living. I mean, after all, I was living, but was I really thriving? I was surviving, but was I really living an enlightened life, a life of passion or purpose? So really, self-doubt, our circle, and our stick-to-itiveness, whether or not we will see it through to the end. So those are the three major things, yet basic, that cause us not to see our passion through to the end.
Okay, and what about time management?
Now, time management is critical. In a positive and a negative way. There are persons who say, oh, I have all my life to actualize my passion. But the truth is, if it's something that you really want to do, the time is now. There is no better time to pursue your happiness than now. Many of us love feeding into somebody else's dream. Sure, you heard the story about this boss that this coworker who said, boy, boss, 10 years down the line, you'll have another Lamborghini like this one. And the boss said, yes, you will help me to realize that maybe in 5. So while we are there living somebody else's passion out loud, we need to understand that the time is now to start doing your research, writing it down, seeing how is it that I can achieve what I want to achieve. Do I need to register my business? Do I need to do some business cards? Do I need to promote myself? Let persons know that, hey, I'm a great singer. Do I need to now find myself in different avenues? Do I need to put value on myself? And that is the beginning of greatness. It's the beginning of your passion being fulfilled. Also, there are persons who believe, I might be too old.
I was going to ask you about that.
One not dead, not forgotten.
Okay.
Once you're alive, you're still learning and you have an opportunity to live your life out loud. Some of the most seasoned persons in life are mature persons, and they have the experience to now know what to do. What is the springboard I need to live my passion? So age does not limit you at all. You are the limiter of yourself, really.
Right. Okay. So you mentioned somebody else perhaps doing what you'd want to do because you're passionate about that particular thing.
Yes.
So passion really would not be the differentiating matter. What would you do then to stand out? So you're both passionate about a particular
Yes.
thing. What would you do to stand out in that business or that area?
Excellent question. So it's finding your angle.
Oh,
So there are a lot
okay.
of great speakers, but what it is that is needed. So that's where research comes in. There might be persons who are talking about how to be a great business manager, but then you have something else. You might be able to talk about what it requires to be an excellent publicist. You're still a presenter in your own right, but your target market is different.
Right.
So that's what makes the difference, really. And then it is having that winning edge. All right. So you make clothes, and your clothes is for a pregnant woman. That's a target market. While mine may be on the fluffier side for persons who are the curvy divas. So I find out what is lacking and I move towards that. But I'm still a seamstress, am I not? I'm just great at what I'm doing in my own right.
Wow, and a positive outlook. I was going to ask you about good habits. Leave with us some good habits if it is that you're a passionate person and you want to ensure that you realize your passion.
So the first thing is that burning desire that it's inside of you that wakes you up in the middle of the night. That is God knocking at the door saying to you, you have been created to do this. And the knocking won't go away, because if you have not been living your life out loud, it won't happen. One, that's one. Two, do some research. Find out how it is that you can do what you need to do in the best way possible. Think about the marketplace that you're trying to target. What is the need in the marketplace? How can I make a difference? How can I stick out? Do I need to have flyers that are color-coded so when persons see me, they remember me based on the color? And also, it's important to note you may not always make it financially initially. But if you stick with it, it will make a difference. So make sure that you keep on the line to success. Passion really is about you and nobody else. And sometimes it's a lonely road. People may not understand why you are doing the things that you're doing, but ultimately you and God know. So keep pursuing, keep the dream alive, dream it, believe it, and live your passion out loud.
I actually said that was the last question, but just because you're talking and you make it sound like you're going to get the passion or fulfill it right now. What about timelines? So I want to do another sandals business. Will I get it done in 1 year, 2 years, 3 years? You have a timeline in mind?
It really depends on your resources. If you have the financial will, the know-how, the support, then what is preventing you from doing it now? But if it is that you have to acquire other things, more knowledge, a support system, networking, if you need additional resources, then you now need to say, in 6 months, I'll do X. In a year, I'll do Y. But timelines keep you in line, and it allows you to do some assessment and evaluation to see, am I achieving what I want to achieve in the time frame that I want to achieve it?
Dr. Shimhue. Beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank you
for sharing. I'm sure that we will find the passion within and we will unleash it. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
All right. So this has been Get the Facts. Our guest was Dr. Sasha Shimhue, Manager in the Workforce Development and Employment Division at Heart National Service Training Agency Trust. Find your passion, fuel it, and make it work for you. And if you think about it, life's biggest success could very well be just on the other side of your passion. Until next time, when Get the Facts brings you more information you need to know, I'm Carrie-Ann Smith-McIntosh.
Jamaica's COVID-19 vaccination plan is still in effect.
Persons with appointments to receive a vaccine will be allowed to do so during curfew hours. Persons will be required to present evidence of the appointment. And how it will work is you will show the text message that you would have received or your email to the police.
If you wish to make an appointment, please do so online by visiting moh.gov.jm or by calling 888-663-5683. Vaccination sites will open until 4 p.m. daily. Vaccination still a keep. Go get your jab today.
opportunities are still being made available to Jamaicans amidst COVID-19. The Jamaica Social Investment Fund's Ready project is now in phase 2. If you had submitted business proposals for a matching grant support, you need to keep your phones really close by, as they are now contacting persons who met the pre-qualification requirements. Check this out.
Now that we get these things to put in place, it's a good thing, so we are going to put them in place so we can get to open.
Since 2009, the government of Jamaica has formed a critical partnership between agriculture and tourism. And that partnership led to a World Bank finance program, as you heard before, that was known or is known as READY, Rural Economic Development Initiative. And the READY 1 program, which ended in 2017, ended with such success and momentum that the government saw it necessary to have a phase 2. The phase 2, of course, was approved late 2019, and despite our best laid plans, COVID came along and put not a stop, but made us change our perspective on a few things. This program, through Ready 2, will invest $52.4 million to support the base of the pyramid: persons, enterprises, micro-enterprises, and that means small farmers, small community tourism enterprises, at the base of the pyramid that provide such a critical role when it comes to the supply chain. We will provide, under this investment, medical grade PPE, right, which will include masks, face shields, sanitizers, and all the necessary things that would be needed to apply the protocols required for small tourism enterprises. We will also provide to our registered farmers seeds, fertilizers, pesticides, fungicides, insecticides, and harvesting crates. We will also provide training of 60 COVID-19 safety point persons, 30 for tourism and 30 for agriculture.
This project seeks to combat some of the challenges presented by the COVID-19 pandemic, impacting the livelihoods of many of our farmers and persons in rural Jamaica. This program underscores that the government of Jamaica is serious about providing for our rural entrepreneurs. That's what our farmers are. They are rural entrepreneurs, and we are working with them to ensure that they can maintain their production numbers, sustain their farms, and partake in climate-smart agriculture, and more importantly, strengthen the linkages between agriculture and tourism.
This exercise that we're involved in now, with Ready 2, is seeking to do, is to build our capacity to respond to the disruptions that the pandemic will cause. And not only to respond, but to manage, to recover, and to thrive. How do you enable the farmers to produce under COVID without getting COVID? And that's the essence of the capacity building exercise that we're talking about here.
Collecting this today, I can say I'm very appreciative because it can help with having meetings. Most of us usually sell to middlemen who supply to the hotel, but we are having our housewives coming in, restaurants coming in, and supermarkets coming in. We still have a few middlemen that buy from us there still. We feel good because with JSIF and Ready 2 and TPD, we know that they're putting out the effort, and we've been with JSIF from Ready 1, like we were engrafted in, and we have been to several meetings with them, and they trained our staff in tour guiding and other aspects of things, a lot of training. So JSIF has been doing a good work.
This will help us to maintain the COVID-19 protocol that we are supposed to be practicing to ensure that our products are marketable in a safe environment.
We have single parents on the farm. We have persons who are unemployed other than the farm thing. So I know that the Ready tool is going to benefit them very greatly. Persons are aware of COVID-19, but some of them are not taking it real serious. So having these on the farm with us, I know that, you know, they will use it and use it to the best of their ability to prevent COVID.
Farmers will be trained in COVID-19 health and safety protocols, but also a number of the farmers will receive comprehensive training in their specialized area. Ladies and gentlemen, we have seen that when you provide technical support to our farmers do well. Our farmers are willing to modernize their operations, but they need the support. We're all doing this to ensure that the agriculture sector continues to grow.
Jamaicans, here are the facts about NIDS. You will not go to prison for not having a national ID. You will not be denied access to public health services or your personal doctor. You will not be denied access to education. And we do not want your DNA or your banking information. Just like the national census, you can volunteer information, but you will not be forced to reveal your private business. You will have over 3 years to get the new ID, and it is free. Don't follow rumors. Get the facts at nidsfacts.com.
Next weekend is going to be a tough one, as we're all used to going to the beach or going to church and meeting up with family and friends during the Easter period. This year it will be different, as due to the new COVID-19 measures, we will be at home. 3 weekends of lockdown. Now, it may seem like a long time to be indoors, but trust me, there's a lot you can do. Look at it. You've been saying for some time that you need to take your children to way back when you were a boy. Do that. Tell them the story. Show them the pictures. You can also cook. It's long time you wanted to become good at preparing your favorite meals or someone else's favorite meals. You can also play games. Remember jack sambal, Chinese skipping, and stuck and pull, and the younger ones among us may call it stucky. You can also start a backyard garden or do a bit of extra cleaning. I could go on and on and on. Enough things that if you do. Going to get a bit intense, folks, by stating the obvious. There are many of us who contributed to the spike in the COVID-19 cases because we took the protocols as suggestions or ignored them outright. Do the right thing. I said it at the top of the program, and I'm going to say it again right here. Mask up, sanitize, maintain physical distance, get vaccinated. Let us all work to bring Jamaica back on track to being the place of choice to live, work, raise families, and do business. COVID-19 free. This is where the magazine ends for today, but if you would like to see more content like this, then visit our YouTube page. We also have all the latest news and updates on our social media pages and our website, jis.gov.jn. On behalf of the entire production crew, I'm Theodore Henry. Thanks for watching.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.